It's already time for a Portmore derby. The champs will finally see action, and it was a bad Caribbean vacation for the JPL. All that and more on this Match Week 2 preview show. Welcome back to JPL Fan. Opening week is done and dusted, so we keep going straight onto week number 2. So we will begin with the first Portmore derby of the year. No, I don't know about you guys, but it was confirmed that Racing United will be a part of this JPL season. I was excited about having further Portmore derbies. To have one in only week number 2 makes it even sweeter. Racing will be the home team and will be visited by neighbours Dunbeholden. No, both teams lost their opening match, but where one could find optimism among the Racing ranks, Dunbeholden might already be seeing this game as a must-win. Their deflating loss to the Junglers caused the emergence of fresh doubts that Paul Williams' team has the chops to survive this season. I feel they got the build-up play down, but must find a way to convert all of that to more goal-scoring chances, especially against a Racing team that showed last time out how defensively organized they can be. Should be a good game when it kicks off this Sunday, 3:30 p.m. at Fernita Park. Now we move on to two teams that have yet to get their campaign off this season. Humber Lion made some pretty good last-ditch signings as deadline day approach and will look to be a much better team this season under new coach Dada Van Duke. While Jerome Waite will have a big job already after only 2 rounds. Unlike last season, there is no higher expectations placed on the team and he will have a difficult job to motivate a squad that is in mourning. Last season results saw Tivoli winning 2-0 in Clarendon as well as a 4-1 drubbing in Kingston. We will see if Humber Lion can get revenge when the game kicks off this Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Everettfield Community Centre. Moving on to the drama, which is Vere Phoenix United. Many stated that Craig Butler joining the league will be good for the league and they may just feel justified after only 1 week. Not only were Vere humble at home to a rampant Montego United, but they could be facing fines for breaching league regulations over both coaches' lack of necessary certifications. For now, they have to forget all of that and try to improve immensely before visiting an unknown Molynes United. Craig stated he was without 14 first-team players and we don't know if they will all be ready for this match. Molynes, on the other hand, will be playing their first game of the season and all eyes will be on if their defense has improved in comparison to last season. Also, they may be without star striker Jason Wright as he has not played any game this pre-season, rumored to be thanks to an injury. Last season, Molynes were undefeated in their matchups with a 2-0 victory in Clarendon and holding Vere to a 0-0 draw in Kingston. It will be an interesting game and it will be on TV this Sunday at 3 p.m. at Sabina Park. That game will be the opening act for the real headliner. The defending champions Cavalier will finally take the field this season when they play at home to Portmore United. Luckily for the Duncan Destroyers, their season actually started way back in August and with 3 Caribbean Cup competitive games under their belt, they should be raring to go. However, they do have the disadvantage of playing a close to full strength team in a grueling match on Tuesday, so expect possible rotation for the visit of Portmore. While Portmore will need to use the last 20 minutes of their defeat to Mount Pleasant as a template of how to attack going forward, they will need some creative spark from someone if they have any hopes of breaking down our normally well-drilled Cavalier defense. Interestingly enough, Portmore did the double over the champs, winning 1-0 on both occasions. Can they do it again? We will all be watching this Sunday, 5:30 p.m. from Sabina Park. We are heading west for our final game. Montego United are buzzing after their dominant display against Vere last Sunday. New head coach Rodolfo Sabata already has this team playing some good football and will look to keep it going in front of what is expected to be a big crowd at Catherine Hall. The visitors will be a nervy Harbour View who are already under pressure after their defeat to newly promoted tied Chapeltown Maroods. Harbour View just got to find a solution in goal and will need to quicken their build-up play in the final third if they want to cause any damage in Montego Bay. Surely veteran striker Andre Fagan starts his time after scoring from the bench last time out. Last season, Harbour View managed to escape Mobay with an impressive 2-2 draw, but did lose the reverse game 3-0. Will we have our first upset of the season when Montego Bay hosts Harbour View this Monday at 7:30 p.m.? So that's our 5 games this weekend, but before I get to my prediction, let's get through some JPL news and our community question. It was a disappointing week in the Caribbean Cup for our JPL teams. First, Cavalier lost their first game in the competition after losing 2-1 to Haitian club Real Hope at the National Stadium. Cavalier did take the lead with another Dwayne Atkinson goal, but ultimately lost to a Steve Modestine penalty in the 66th minute. Arnett also lost on Thursday in Trinidad to Police FC. The Junglers had a brief moment of hope when Warner Brown scored again to level proceedings in the 49th minute, but they eventually fell victim to a goal from Kezar in the 85th minute to lose 2-1. This all leaves the group in a state of uncertainty as Cavalier remain on top with 6 points but have only 1 game left, while Arnett are rooted to the basement with 0 points from 2 games. In lighter news, we can expect a lot more Premier JPL matches at Catherine Hall this season. According to a report from Observer's Daniel Blake, the stadium will also host marquee games next month, which will feature teams such as Mount Pleasant Football Academy and Arnett Gardens. The Professional Football Jamaica Limited chairman Chris Williams says they were deliberate in bringing more games back to Montego Bay. Chris Williams also mentioned that we should also look forward to something similar being announced for St. Anne and Clarendon in the near future.
Late breaking news to this recording, according to Mount Pleasant, Alex Marshall sustained a fracture of his right fifth metatarsal bone during their JPL game against Portmore United and is scheduled to undergo surgical management of the fracture this week. He's looking at being out for a possible 4 to 6 weeks.
Now for this week's community poll, where I asked which match week 1 victory was most impressive. And 54% of you guys believe Moby's 4-1 win over Vere was the most impressive. I can't say I necessarily agree with that. Yes, Moby were rampant in that game, but Vere were not necessarily the strongest team last year, and this year they're getting used to the new setup behind Hyde and Butler. I thought what was most impressive was Chapter Maroon's first victory in the first game of the season, and the way they did it over Harbour. Yes, Harbour is not the strongest team, but I was really impressed on how Chapter built from the back and was fearless in their attacks against the Stars of the East. Okay, time for my prediction, and I'm starting from the top. Racing versus Dunbeholden. I predict Racing winning this one 1-0. I think they're organized enough in defense while Dunbeholden have issue with scoring, so I feel they will get a blank there. But I also think they're decent going forward and probably should find at least 1 goal to get in a 1-0 victory. So that's 1-0 for Racing in my eyes. Molynes versus Tivoli. Again, I don't know how this Molynes will look under Donovan Duki, while Tivoli, of course, didn't play last week and they have a lot of changes to get through. So I'll play it safe. I will say Molynes 1, Tivoli Guards 1. Molynes Phoenix. Again, a bit tricky. Molynes do have a good attack. There may not be no Jason Wright, while Vere, we're not sure if their so-called 14 starters are back. A bit tricky, but believe it or not, I'm still not sure if Molynes start up that defense, so I'm going to say Molynes 1, Vere Phoenix United 2. Cavalier versus Portmore. Cavalier had a tough game in the midweek, and they play most of their starters. I expect some rotation, while Portmore showed some heart in the last 20 minutes of the first game against Mount Pleasant. Will that be enough to get them anywhere? I'm going to say this game ends Cavalier 1, Portmore 0. Alright, for the Monday night now, Moby versus Harbour. Honestly, I'd be shocked if it's anything less than a dominant display again by the Montego Bay side. So I expect Moby to win this one 3-0 against Harbour. Alright guys, that's my predictions. Let me know in the comment section below what you think was going to happen this weekend. Also, let me know what you think of the idea of more Premier games coming to Catherine Hall in the JPL. Or what do you think about the 2 JPL teams falling short in the Caribbean Cup this week? Otherwise, you can look forward to our review show on Tuesday night as we go through all the games that happen over the weekend. But for this video, please like, subscribe and share. And if you want to look back on match week 1, I think this video is best for you.